WOD blog for Wednesday, guys. Starting with the Garnett location. You guys are on the 3-week, so we're at about 85% of our max power snatch here. And we're going to work up to 2 sets of 3 at 85% and finish the 3rd set with max reps. A couple things to focus on. Make sure that in the start position of your snatch, your weight is in the front of the foot, your hands are curved over, you have your hook grip on the bar, arms are long, back's tight. Make sure that you shift that tension to the back as you pass the knees, reach the waist, jump shrug, and overhead. One more time. We're looking for you guys to try to do these touch and go if you can. If the set starts to get heavy in the max reps, you can reset at the bottom if you need to, but try and get as many as you can in a row, touch and go, holding onto that hook grip the whole time. For the Garnett location, after you guys finish your max rep set of power snatch, we're going to be moving on to a 3-position power snatch. This is the first time the Garnett location has done this movement, but it's really beneficial for positioning purposes. So we have 3 positions. The first position is from the ground, just like a normal power snatch that you guys just did in your strength work. The second position is going to be right below the knee. And the purpose of this second position is to make sure that the tension in your feet and your body positioning is still where we want it to be. So in this position, I still have my tension in the front of my foot so that I can shift that tension back to the heel and then jump and shrug and overhead. The third position is going to be mid-thigh. In this position, we want to focus on the tension being more in the middle of the foot here, middle to back of the foot. It's the final movement before the explosive point where we shift back to the toes. So from here, heels, and up overhead. For the 3-position snatch, you have to hold on to the barbell for all 3 positions. So you have to go from the ground to overhead, lower it down to just below the knee, reset, make sure that your tension is where it should be in your feet and your balance is correct. After you finish the below the knee power snatch, holding onto the barbell, right back down to the mid-thigh where we complete that final power snatch. You're going to be working up to a heavy set of, just one heavy set. So if you make a successful 3-position power snatch, then moving on from there, you're going to just add weight. If you make another set, add weight and see where we end up. For the cast location, you guys are doing 3-position snatches as well. You guys are going to be doing them through the squat. So it's the same idea, all the same things apply. Work on the weight distribution in your feet, body positioning at each of the 3 locations, and make sure that each of the snatches passes through a squat. Today the percentages are low, it's only 60%. So the goal here is really to work on the positioning and the technique of the movement. You guys just maxed out your snatch last week or the week before, so this lightweight should allow you to really perfect that technique and help you in the progression up to our next maxing in a month or 2. At the completion of the 3-position squat snatch for cast, we're going to be doing snatch pulls from below the knee. You guys just did that the previous week at 80%, and now we're going to do this at 85%, so a little bit heavier. So for each rep, what we want you guys to do is start, deadlift the weight up in snatch grip, good form, up to the waist, and from here with your hook grip, lower the bar down to just below the knee. Make sure tension's where it should be, and as you come up, pass the knees, and big shrug at the top. Make that bar clink into the body and up. Notice the separation of movement. I'm not doing this, where the bar is going to come out and it's one movement from the knee up. We want to make sure that we're bringing the bar back into the body and then that powerful shrug at the top. So 3 sets of 5 at 85%. Moving on to the WOD for the day. It's going to be an AMRAP 10 minutes. We're going to do 3 different movements. First movement is 7 power snatches. So from the ground, power snatch up overhead, just like we did in all of the practice, skill, and strength work leading up to it. Then we're going to run 100 meters, just a nice short run. Come back in from that run, and we have 7 toes to bar. So we want to make sure each time that the feet pass behind the body and that the toes contact the bar. If you are not very proficient at toes to bar, or 7 seems like a large number, we can always go knees to elbows. So same concepts apply. Make sure you're working on your kip here and contact those elbows on the way up. If you cannot do the knees to elbows successfully, just try to get your knees up as high as you can. Really work on crunching the abs though, and not just swinging your way up there, but getting that contraction here. After finishing the 7 toes to bar, run another 100 meters. So the WOD in its entirety, AMRAP 10 minutes, 7 power snatches, run 100 meters, 7 toes to bar, run 100 meters, as many rounds as possible. And that's Wednesday.